Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Yabyak and Fungal, and today I'm just going to be looking at some stuff that I previously developed for the game that I'm working on, which more or less might be scrapped. I mean, I don't want to say that. I'll probably use some of these ideas later in development, but these are from the period of time I was working on this game using the Gold Source engine, which I don't have a problem with that engine. Had a lot of great games. It's just that I'm not very good at using it, as evident by my previous mods. Even though Redshift is a masterpiece, but anyway, I use Godot because I think it's easier. But anyway, uh, first off, we're going to be looking at a few images uh, that I cooked up early on in development as like a proof of concept thing, and we're going to be going in order of uh, date modified. So the first one here is background.bmp. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing. It's just a funky looking background, a monitor, and a blue screen that says animation here with yellow text. So not much to say on that. Now there's a thing called proof of concepts.bmp. This is an early design for the ship that the characters would use. It originally, it was going to be a story about only two people, maybe three, but two was basically what I was thinking of at this point. And it would be like, oh, they're lost in space. They gotta find. They gotta. I forget. I think like either they were prison convicts or they were just the only two people of their. I think it was the prison convict thing. Like they were sent out in space because their society didn't want them. And moving on, we have B and W, and these were the two characters that were going to be the convicts, I suppose. You see down there, you have the little wolf character, and then up there you have the dragon character, the white. These they'll probably show up in StarSpace. I'm not getting rid of them. Funny enough, before StarSpace, maybe during the development, I don't know. It's kind of hard to keep track, but there was gonna be a game that I was also making on the Gold Source engine, which I guess sort of spawned the idea for StarSpace. Maybe you were just gonna play as one of them, and the other would follow you around. And there was gonna be a level in space, which I think I might have used the idea for one of their ship designs, but it pretty much morphed into sci-fi because that's more interesting to me. But yeah, and you can see the room that they're in. Got a lot of funky stuff going on. Early on, I decided the what it would look like was going to be the old 32X Star Fox Super FX style thing. Yeah, she's got some pretty cool hair. Maybe I should reuse that for something. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Well, I guess I should point out the fact that they're actually wearing uniforms and not just, just like wearing nothing. I think that's because I just wanted them to wear something cool, whereas opposed to nowadays, I just have them wear nothing because it means that, they don't have any genitalia because they're obviously not there. So, I've put thought into this over the years. I think this has been a 2-year venture so far. But anyway, let's move on to Starship underscore 0000.bmp. And this is another design for the Starship. I don't think I'm doing this in sequential order. I think there was one in between this that we'll see. But this is the one that I saw further down the list. And as you can see, it's got a bulbous spherical thing at the front of it, a large booster engine in the middle, a little cylinder on top, which I think is a hangar, and then down at the bottom there's like a NASA type rocket. So it's sort of getting to what the ship looks like now, but it's also just kind of thrown and cobbled together, which is not exactly. It's not even cobbled together in a good way. It's got the white spots. That the ships of the '60s and sci-fi used to have, but they're obviously way big, so they can't be windows. But yeah, and I think I have a couple more angles of this. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. The thing at the top is a hangar. You can see, though I don't know what would be landing in there. You could probably only fit one ship. The booster engines down there, and you see the little spotlights that I added because this used to actually have lighting that wasn't. It didn't look like the authentic lighting. Here's just the front. Yeah, kind of a weird ship design. I don't know if I'll bring it back. Maybe in the background of something I will. But, yeah. Now let's go to this folder. There's a folder called Backgrounds, and I think these designs were before the bulbous one, but I can't be sure. It says 3.8. This ship. All right. Okay, first of all, if you see any light green colors, that's definitely a green screen for obvious reasons. But anyway, this ship. This is when I started to change the story, I think. So instead of 2 people in space, it's a crew of about 6 people in space. And I think they were still prison convicts, but I was sort of drifting away from that. So it would be more in line with Star Trek and all that. But as you can see, it's a cylinder and a giant thruster. So not exactly the most creative thing ever, and it was actually very small. I built this in a jack. I didn't use any modeling software to make these ships. It was all just in the Half-Life Hammer jack editor. So it wasn't exactly the easiest thing to do, and things would like spiral out of nowhere, and like things would jut out sometimes. It was not a good way of doing things. But I do have images of the interior of this ship, or at least the bridge. So right here, as you can see, the furnishing was a bit Spartan, as in there was literally nothing, and I don't even have images of the entire ship. Like, I think there was a hangar somewhere, but obviously I deleted this map a long time ago. Well, maybe I didn't. Yeah, well, anyway, I don't think it's in the playable folder thing that I have set up, so I don't know if we're going to be able to see that. There's stairs, there's different heights and everything. It's honestly not a bad interior. I think the colors just kind of suck, though. Maybe it's not as detailed as I would make it. Well, that's not really fair to say. I haven't made any interiors yet for the new ships, but I have a feeling I won't make it look like this. Alright, so this is the main menu of the game. And as you can see, it has the image of the bulbous looking ship at the title. I don't think I was even planning on having it in this version. It was just a placeholder. And okay, well, I have no idea why some of the text is just white things. I think it's because I might have deleted a font, but it probably won't affect anything. So let's go to video options. No, I didn't change that. That must have been a different thing I was thinking of. But anyway, as you can see, there's no new game. There is Hazard Course, though, because I was going to use this as a new game because there wasn't going to be any difficulty selection. But we're not going to do this yet because it actually contains, I think, the last level that I worked on for this build was one of the last. So instead, we're going to go to Console, and we're going to go in the order that I can remember. So look through the maps anyway. All right, so the first one up is SSS underscore repair. And as you can see, it's very blank, not really a whole lot. That's because this was supposed to be the interior of a ship that we will see. I think this was after the pie shaped thing, but before the ones that I actually think looked good. At least when they started to look good. It was going to be this size, and you could probably see why I decided to, stop making ships that were this small, because it just didn't work. But anyway, that's the entirety of this map anyway. All right, now this one. I think I remember what this was supposed to be. Yes, alright. So, what would happen is that you would be on the ship, and it would be going up, obviously. It would be launching from the planet, I suppose, and you'd have to... Yeah, you'd have to, fight little things going across the sky, make sure your ship didn't get blown up. And over there was like a NASA style booster engine, and then it would you'd have to make sure it got off before it exploded. And I think yeah, the wings would open like this. So in fact, let me actually open them up and no clip out so you can see. Okay. Let's do that again. This time with feeling. Maybe I can just touch it. Yeah, alright. So, if I go out like this, then you'll see that it sort of had a Klingon D7 type look to it. Except a little more, well, it's kind of stuff tacked onto it. It's got this big hump as well. During this point in development, I was still making ships for these people that you'd stand like this. You were only standing on it like this because you were vertical. But yeah, that's that. Not really a horrible ship design, but it's not really a good design for the main ship. Plus, these are literally just nacelles. I didn't even hide it. And ships don't go to warp. But this part of it, this is actually based off of a drawing that I did, I think even before I was making StarSpace, I think. Maybe not before StarSpace, but when I made the image, I didn't think of using it for StarSpace. But this thing would eventually, well, we're going to see more of it is all I'm going to say, because... for right now, it's just the head of the ship, and yeah, it can detach as well. So we're gonna go on to the next map. All right, so as you could probably hear, there's a
containment system has completely failed.
Yeah, there's a Half-Life scientist here. I think it was only meant for scaling, but anyway, this was actually, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if this was before or after the Klingon type ship, but I think it might have been before. And the reason I say that is because in the next map we're going to take a look at, I know I used one of these engines as like a makeshift shuttle thing, and that was going to be a thing, but I don't remember. And as you can see, the lighting is screwed up because I could not get this thing to compile. It wasn't there before, and I was trying to fix it up so you could see it, but it just didn't work. But as you can see, it's got the basic shape of the ship they find Khan in Star Trek, sort of mixed with a Republic cruiser. The one you see at the beginning of episode 1 of Phantom Menace. It's a pretty good design for a ship, but again, it was a bit small. Well, I was still trying to make small ships, and I think I didn't use it because, again, this is when I was making horizontal ships, and making rooms in these little pod things wouldn't make any sense with that. Now with my current design sensibilities, I'd probably bring this back. Maybe I will, but I don't think it's gonna be the main ship of the StarSpace people, because they already have one, obviously, and it's a little better than this. But anyway, that's what I have to say on this. Alright, as you can hear, this map has music, and I think I only put it there for effect, but and there's a guy here for scaling. It's a construction with wide eyes. But anyway, this is a command bridge type thing. So you have these little boxes down here. I think you were gonna get supplies from them. Yeah, I didn't have a ladder here, I don't think. So let's just go out of there. And here's the little command bridge that, you're the captain. Yeah. There's the view screen, because I was still thinking that this is gonna have view screens, which probably won't do. And you step out of the thing, and this is the bridge module from the last ship, and I think I was still using it as that. So I guess what will happen is that the ship sort of retracts its wings and launches from the rest of the ship, and then goes down to the plane. It's like a landing module. But anyway, well, there's a thing in the way. This was the first. Yeah, I think it was the first actual planet level that I played around with. As you can see, it's pretty big. Though I don't think I could make it much bigger because, Gold Source has its limits. But, there was a giant statue in the middle here, and I think what would happen is that you'd have to go around helping people. It'd sort of be like a miniature Fallout adventure. And there's Test Guy. We'll be seeing more of him. Don't know why this happens, but it always does. But you were gonna go up. I think you had to break the statue or something. I didn't get very far in the actual map logic of this thing. It was just like the other things, it was just a proof of concept. There was a city over there. That's actually pretty similar to the city that I was working on for the non-sci-fi game. But yeah. And this is supposed to be broken. There was a little plateau over here and a highway. But not much. Not really much going on here. And that is that. Okay, this is the it's called SSS _ship hub. And if I no clip out here, then yeah, okay. This is what I was basically using as the basis during a time in development where I started using the vertical ship concept. So this is a demonstration of the hallway. Oh yeah, that door opens. And this was pretty much supposed to be like an elevator type thing where this is the thing you'd see every time you went to a deck, and then on either side there would be things that you can go to. So that would be engineering or something. That would be the medical bay. I think I actually have a level using this type of design, or a few levels using the type of design, because this is pretty much what I was using up until I stopped using Gold Source for this game. But down here, if we travel downwards, and we'll just use the elevator as a starting point. But this was the main bridge, and I think it's definitely better than the one that had all those crazy colors going on. But this is supposed to be the tactical table. The people firing the people up on the bridge would look at what's going on, then order the people down in the weapons bay to fire at what they pointed at. This is obviously the captain's area. So yeah. So, you know, you'd come from here from the turbo lift. And over here, you'd go down this long hallway. And this would be the docking tube, so you could go to other ships. Yeah. This is what I was using for a bit. Alright, now we're in SSS_bad1, and it spawned us in this random area. Actually, I'm going to start down on the ship bridge. You see a whole lot of stuff. This is actually a fairly developed level in the geometry sense. I mean, maybe not the you know, with all the map logic. So as you can see, as you can see, I added a whole lot more lighting to this area to sort of give it the Half-Life Alpha feel, and I didn't really change anything here because, as per usual, you can't go through this door anymore. That's because the level I was making demanded that you not do that. So you go in here, and I think you would. Well, I definitely changed the elevator design, but you were supposed to just spawn with this, I think, because, you know. Oh, and I obviously changed the sound so that it didn't sound like an alien thing. It was going to be the default weapon. And none of the elevators work, so I sort of have to no-clip up here to show you what's what. Alright.
Hi, Mr. Freeman.
I'm not Mr. Freeman. So what you do is that you go through either one of these doors, and you go down this hallway. And I think, yeah, these were supposed to be cargo bays. And what you do is that I actually don't remember the wait, no, I do. You were supposed to get like a statue or something like in your cargo bay or hangar bay, and you'd have to figure out what to do with it, and there'd be a time limit or something. So yeah, this is a cargo bay. And does the door open? No, and I think that was part of the thing. You were supposed to, like, the ship was broken or something, so it was preventing you from going across everywhere. Oh, and here's one of my developer staples. There's always a giant frick-off maze that screws with people. This is actually a concept that I was going to use in an early edition of Redshift 4, but that didn't really come to fruition. Not Redshift 4. I still need to finish that, but the maze part is what I'm talking about. Did we go down there? No, we didn't. I think maybe this door opens. Oh no, because it's a lockdown thing. Wait, what the heck? Oh yeah, because this is supposed to represent the other vent area. And that area has nothing to it, as you can see. So I guess we'll just go through one of the things. I don't know which one was supposed to be open, but I guess we'll just go through this thing. So, you know, you got these funky looking doors, which I might bring back because they look alright. So you go down here. Look at all these light strips. Very modern looking. You go down here from the cargo bay, and I think eventually... hold on. Nope, nothing through here. I think this was supposed to like bring ships from the top hangar bay down to this one. It was a bit weird, but it probably made more sense when I was thinking of it. Okay, yeah, that just goes back there. So if we just go through here. Hey, would you look at that? That's actually pretty similar to the StarSpace fighter that I have now. It's just in pieces because obviously these people haven't finished one. But just gonna open the hangar door. There's a test guy. Oh, and look at that! It's a smaller version of the command module thing that I have. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these. I might bring these back, but they're not gonna be used by the heroes.
Bad feeling about this.
Hey, me and you both, buddy. Here's a broken one. Here's a shuttle control area. You would get up here and to look through these funky windows. You'd look. The people would look down at what's going on. I wonder if these doors can open. I have a feeling that Nah, I didn't. Yeah. I actually, for an early concept of the final boss, I would have had it to where you'd have to position shuttles and make them fire through this thing, or like slide a bomb down. Of course, I probably shouldn't say that because it's still a good idea. You go down this wavy long hallway, and I think eventually you get to the ship elevator hub again. And yep, there's Test Guy.
We'd better be careful.
Alright, so that's pretty much all this map has to offer. Alright, now we're in SSS_good1, and the bridge is the same exact one from the other level, but there are these double doors here, which I decided to add, and I was probably going to add to the other levels to make it consistent. But, you know, there's this little engine area, and actually, these engines are here because this is actually going to be okay, so pretty much what I'm thinking of, I don't know how to describe it, but I do have an image of what the outside of this ship was supposed to look like, and I'm going to put it on screen here. That little thing at the bottom of the big hulking mass, that is the bridge area. It was going to be like detachable, and it could be its own little ship. As you can tell, I really like that idea, and I was introduced to it from Star Trek. It's just a really neat thing when a little ship breaks off from a bigger one that can do separate things. But this is a dark elevator shaft, which I think you were supposed to fall through in order to get back down to the bridge. And there's the hallway that would facilitate that. The reason it's sideways is because I was playing with the idea of like maybe like different types of gravity, but obviously this is gold source, so you know that wouldn't actually be different gravity. But like I guess the rationale would be, the gravity generators have failed. Now that you would normally walk down and you would your body would go to the gravity of this floor, but now it's all sideways now because it's not happening. Yeah. But this area, this is the weapons area, and look at these massive rockets. This ship was supposed to be massive, and the rockets would. You can also see this on the outside, but the rockets were supposed to be like these giant like Saturn V rockets that the little characters would fire off, and obviously it just makes no sense because you'd run out very quick, so they couldn't use them at all during combat. But yeah, and the smoke alone would probably kill them, but you know that's how it is. But yeah, this is a giant weapons area. That's all this map has to offer. Alright, so this ship is the one that I made after the previous levels because I decided that those were just a little too big for what I wanted. And well, you can't see the frickin' thing from the outside because there's no lighting. It's kind of a cool effect though, 'cause, you know, the lighting is dark and it's space. R_full right 1. Alright, yeah, so this is what it looked like. It's sort of a spoon-like shape, and it's got these ridiculous looking engines at the back of it. Because they're on fighter jet plane. They're on World War I fighter plane wings. Because that was the aesthetic that I was going for with this. It's not a bad idea, but it's just a little bit funny. Which I guess this was supposed to be, but you know, come on, man. So let me just turn off full bright so we can go in here and admire the interior. Yeah. Nope. I'm stuck. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So first off, let's go to the bridge. And it's definitely a downgrade from the last one. You know, it's got the tactical table and the command thing, but it is just barren. Like, there's nothing here. And the hallways are also just blank and empty. This is the engineering room. And up there, that was supposed to connect to a large cylinder thing because I was still using like, the whole blimp sort of or Zeppelin design that I'd grown accustomed to. And this elevator would take you up there if it connected. But honestly, this aside from this area, which looks kind of cool, this whole ship was sort of a. It was. I view it as a stepping stone between the previous design and the newer, better design, which I'm more fond of. All right, now this ship, you can already see that it's definitely way better than the last one. First of all, it's got moving parts, these 50s computers, and it's got a lot more things going on. So this is the bridge, and I decided to just ditch the whole view screen thing, so now it's periscope type activity, like a submarine. And over here, there would be damage readouts in case you were in a fight. This is the tactical table again. I really like the idea of a tactical table. I might bring that back. But anyway, this is like a computer room and whatnot. For some reason, that door is being weird. Oh, it's because it's a double door, yeah. You have this purple-blue table type thing. And honestly, there's a better use of all the space in the ship. Right here, this is the medical area. Not as good looking as the rest of the ship, but I have a feeling that I would have fixed it up, and if I was making this ship today, I could definitely make it better. In fact, I might use these the whole basic interior for a ship in the newest iteration of StarSpace. I won't tell you which ship though, because it's a bit of a secret. But these first of all, here's the tiny lockers, and here's the crew bunks. I think you could fit a total of 12 people on this ship. What you do is that the weapons people would go over here and shoot the weapons, obviously, and they were these little turret things that would stick out on this side of the ship. And as you can see, I'm still doing the whole World War I fighter thing, so it's still a bit ridiculous. But over here is engineering, and it's obviously like based off Star Trek with the whole weird computer thing. But in here we have like the fungus engine or whatever, and I guess that would facilitate faster than light travel, even though I've sort of decided not to do faster than light. I think the most I do is fast as light, but other than that, not really something I want to do. As you can see, it looks pretty great. And well, actually, first of all, let me get up there, and you could use these doors to get to the outside of the ship, but that's not all the ship has. See, much like the other ones, it's got a secondary hull, and it was sort of like a blimp-like design again. And you go up the elevator, and look at that. You're near the weapons area with a bunch of Fat Man nukes that they launch. Definitely more manageable than the other ones.
Hey, Gordon.
And there was a little projector room, and you get the mission briefings from here.
Sir?
Yeah, they're all lined up. It's all dark as well, so they can see the thing. There's these random pipes that I have everywhere. And you go through here. Well, there's a way to the second floor. This is below the hangar. So you still have these little shuttles here. And they'd be able to launch from here. You have some futuristic forklifts. So that's pretty cool. And you go up here. And over here there's like a little mess hall area where people could hang out. Because I think I started doing the whole concept of these aren't convicts or military personnel. These are all just people trying to survive, I think was the concept of this. And over here you have like the cargo / hangar area. And over here you could lift the ships up from here, and then they can fly out. Isn't that cool? But up there, I forgot to mention, is a StarSpace fighter but it wasn't. It didn't look anything like the previous one. In fact, hold on. Our full bright one. Yeah, look at that thing. It's very dinky and very fragile looking, but I really like the design, and I'll probably bring back something like it for the full game. You know, there's a little. Oh, look at that. There's like a little bubble shooter thing, you know, like the Y-wing, so two people could be in here. Though I'd probably not want to be in there because you'd have to, you know, be very close to the core or whatever the hell this thing is that I forgot the name of. But yeah, it's a very cool looking thing in my opinion. And of course I did make it, so I have the bias, but you know, I'm a cool guy. So if we go out here, well, okay, first of all, I suppose I should probably see if there's anything on the top level that I forgot. Oh, well, there's at least one guy here.
Hello, sir.
Hi. Oh, wait, no, it would just be like a hole down to here. All right. But if we go out here, then you'll notice it's not a massive ship, but it's also like big enough to, you know, it's realistically big. Like this is a very it's a vessel with a very small crew complement, but it could definitely go somewhere for a while without having to restock, and it could definitely hold itself off. So yeah, it's a pretty good design. Definitely moved past it for a reason, but you know, it's got good aspects to it. And you know, obviously, with the little dinky attach point to the blimp Zeppelin hull area, then they could definitely deattach and have little adventures of its own. And look, it's the little periscope that the captain looks out of. All right, I had to immediately pause this level before I started talking about it because, as you can see, when I do this, I immediately start getting fired at because this is actually a test for what would probably have been an on-rail mission in the StarSpace fighter. Because you know, as you can see, I'm in the little bubble cockpit thing, and you'd have to shoot down the helicopters in order to survive, I suppose. I guess I could have just waited here until I could give you a better picture of it. But yeah, this is the StarSpace fighter. Alright, I also had to pause this level before I started it, but that's more or less because this is actually the first level that I made you can actually complete, and it's also the most recent one. Pretty much, you start out in a little transport ship, and I suppose I'll just let the dialogue say for itself, because this is the first voice acting that I did for StarSpace.
Something's blocking our way, Commander. We'll have to shut off the booster engines and figure out what it is.
Yeah, so these guys right here, I think they were supposed to be wolves, but I obviously hadn't modeled anything yet. And this little checkerboard pattern is it's a bit funny, but it was supposed to be like a hyperspace thing or something. Boost engines, you'd be going fast through a star field. This red button controls the I suppose the window, but it's like an armored window, I suppose. And it would stop projectiles from coming in. And these lockers here, I don't think I was ever going to... No, I was going to explain to the player what these did, but I just didn't for the time being. And I think my friend Ethan, he really had a hard time trying to complete this, because he was trying to do it with this thing, and it is not recommended to do that. So let's just get this right here, and let's shut off the booster engines. Uh-oh. So these things were I guess this was going to be the first enemy of the game, and it would let you know that this is not a normal Half-Life mod. I mean, what would happen is that you gotta shoot them all, then you'd boost over to the next area, then you'd have to do it again. And this one is more difficult. Now, I think there was like a glitch or something that made it to where that one to the right over there would start firing if you just shot it immediately. So that was not a good thing to do, obviously. See? I got the quick draw on me. Now, I don't think this thing will ever actually damage another part of your ship other than the window area. So, you can just keep it closed like this and it'll be fine. Let me quick save real quick. Because this level actually was very difficult. I was trying it earlier and I couldn't complete it. So maybe the pressure of the camera will help me. Oh, yeah, we did it. And now I think we're at the final one? Oh yeah, we are. Oh, that one doesn't get destroyed. Oh, I think that noise was supposed to denote when the rockets get fired. As you can see, they're hitting that little generator in the back. I think I'll die this time just to show you what happens. But you get hit 3 times. That's the end of the mission. But we'll just yeah, there we go. I think that hit is gonna cost me. Well, no, because I think these are all separate things, and I did that just to make it easier, and because I couldn't figure out how to transfer damage between things. But anyway, as you may have noticed, we've been getting closer and closer to a station over here. That was the goal of this mission, to get to the station, and if we just close the window right here, then I'll show you something that this station is doing. What it's doing is that am I correct? Well, it's not doing it yet because we haven't waited long enough. I think the countdown has like it's like something, maybe 2 minutes, but okay, it just a part of it turned red. Basically what's happening is that that laser over there in the middle, that's powering up, and you don't want that to stop powering up, or you don't want it to complete its power cycle, because when it does, you die, and that is not good. So what you gotta do is shoot all these little pimple things off of the giant mushroom. Yes, it looks like a mushroom. You have to shoot off the stuff of the giant mushroom to make the power go away. Because apparently that's how that works. And I'm not even going to attempt to do it this turn, because I've just waited too long. I don't even think there was an animation for the laser firing. I think it was just a kill bear. I might have not even programmed in the kill. No, well, I had to. Why wouldn't I? As you can see, it's almost done. So let's just wait for a second. I didn't have a sound yeah, as you can see. Yeah. But I didn't have a sound effect ready for this yet, so I just used the scientist going, whoa! Because, you know, it's a funny sound effect. See, maybe I should have made it like him say "whoa" a second before it fired to make it easier on the player. No, I guess if you're fast enough, that doesn't matter. See, look at that right there, quick draw. Definitely hard to aim, and I didn't give the player a scope, but I guess that it was like the first boss of the game, just to make sure this game is difficult, guys. Like, this is not a nice game. Well, you know, I got a lot of things out of that one, so maybe it was like, you gotta do it quick and you gotta do it accurately. So you get the timing down eventually. That's a good thing. There we go.
Whoa!
Run out of ammo, so you gotta be careful. Well, I think I've almost done it.
Whoa!
Did I do it? I don't think I did it. But I'm pretty sure that I got rid of all of the fungus things. Oh wait, no, I did do it. Yeah, congratulations. I guess it just takes a while for it to recognize it, but yeah. That was going to be the first level of this iteration of StarSpace, and obviously, it's actually pretty fun. I might bring it back in some form, and it'll probably also be the first level. But anyway, I think there's a few more maps after this that we can check out, so we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, I had to pause this one again because there's also an enemy. This was actually the last StarSpace map that I made. And I was testing the idea of making the player just the fighter itself. So you'd be in like a giant water brush and just float around and shoot at people. You'd have like a cockpit view model. And it was actually a nifty idea, which obviously I will not be doing because I've already coded an entire like vehicle system, so I don't need to do that anymore. But you'd float around, and I didn't actually give the player any weapons for this. But as you can see, you can dodge attacks and whatnot, and you're not gonna die because there's also an anti-trigger hurt that sort of heals you. It heals you enough to make sure that you don't suffocate in space, I suppose. But yeah. That is all I have to show for today, and I will see you later.